All right, market made some move today after a gap up this morning here. As you can see, this is where we closed yesterday. What happened was, yesterday we down gapped right here, and then we continued to fizzle lower. But once we lost that micro term, as you can see, we flushed through to my short-term moving average. Though short-term moving average, that green color here, that short-term moving average has been acting as support pretty much this entire month. As you can see, that's where we found support here on the last hour yesterday, as you can see, right on that short term. And we woke up this morning, market gapped up here. We pulled back to micro term. So micro term was lost yesterday on that 5th hour. And this morning on that 1st hour, the micro term was retested.
Perfect.
And we found support. We got back up. That's 1st hour, 2nd or 3rd hour. 4th hour came back down to the micro term again.
Perfect.
Found support again. 5th hour and 6th hour. What happened was the down gap. Down gap from yesterday morning was filled. Right? There was a down gap right here. That was filled on that 5th hour. And there was another down gap from last week here. And the portion of this down gap was also filled. But as you can see, that down gap was not fully filled, right? There's a still down gap remain. You see right here, that's why that down gap wasn't fully filled. We feel like maybe 50% of it. You see that upper wick. And we still got a little bit of down gap remaining here. So falling resistance here, I connected here, and I connected to this wick, which came to the body of today's where it closed. But I've also made a secondary falling resistance hitting the top of this wick, top of this wick, and you see the top of today's wick. So I can't say that we fully breaking out of this falling resistance. We still have this down gap still remaining, and we've seen these type of move before. I've been harping on this for weeks now, that without the follow through, this market ain't going nowhere. We've seen the initial bullish runs, no follow through, bullish run, no follow through, bullish run, no follow through. Not only we haven't seen bullish run and no follow through, we'll see these abrupt sell-offs. Sell-offs, no follow-through. Sell-offs, no follow-through. Sell-off, no follow-through. Gap up and fade, no follow-through. Sell-off yesterday, no follow-through. So we're not seeing any follow-throughs either to the upside or to the downside. We have a bullish move today. What bulls desperately seeking right now is a follow-through. If we don't see a follow-through, let's say we gap down like we've seen here, we gap down and flush down, gap down and flush down. We see a gap down and flush down again. We're back to square one. It means nothing. We haven't done anything for the entire month of October and couple weeks of last week. We've been in this chop fest for like 3 straight weeks.
Get 'em, whoop that trick. Get 'em, whoop that trick. Get 'em, whoop that trick.
If this pattern changes, because remember, for the last 3 weeks, this market was not able to find traction either to the upside or to the downside. So it's been chopping, moving sideways for the entire 3 weeks. So what if something changes tomorrow? What if for the first time in 3 weeks, either we gap up, another gap up, but let's say we see a gap up and that thing fades. That's not gonna work. We see a gap up and we stay up, hold the gap, because remember there's down gap here. Turn this into an island, and we see thrusting above the all-time highs and hold above it all day long tomorrow. That will change. That will change this pattern we've been in for the last 3 straight weeks. And when that pattern changes, then everything else changes with it. It means we've been consolidating, and finally market is ready to establish that trend and make the run to the upside. So bulls will need to fill this gap or gap it over and break out of these falling resistances. And as you can see, everything is set. Everything is set for the buyers. Even my oscillator just crossed back up with these slight higher lows. You know what that means? It means we have some kind of a short-term momentum the buyers have built. They just cannot lose this momentum by seeing another downturn tomorrow. What we need to see is a follow through, right? So tomorrow is going to be extremely important how this market plays out.